This is the third video for functions. We will start with a very quick revision of functions, and then we will move on to the terminology used in the book, and we'll have a look at some of the examples in the book in this video today. So, what is a function? Function is a mathematical process that links an input to an output. This is how you write it. F de x in French, f of x in English. This f is not a value, it is the name of the function. X is the input and this whole thing is the output. I've written it here now. Input is x, name of function is f. Remember, f is not a value, and f of x is the output. Now, for the two important aspects of a function, for any function, an input can have only one output. If you have a process that takes an input and gives you more than one output for the same input, then that process is not a function. In the opposite direction, in any function, an output can correspond to more than one input. We have seen this. We took that extreme example where for any input, the output was 5. So here also, it is true. That was a useless function of no consequence. But there will be other functions where you will have 2 or more inputs giving the same output. Now we come to the terminology as used in the book. So this is the way I described a function to you. The input on the left, the output on the right, the box represents the function, and that f on top is the name of the function. In the book they write it like this. It's similar. Instead of the box, they replace it with an arrow with a vertical line here. This is the input, this is the name of the function, and this is the output. They use 2 words, and these 2 words will be used constantly in this chapter, so we have to learn them. So this is the input, that's the output, and here are the 2 words. The input, for the input they use the word antécédent, which actually just means what comes before. And here for the output they use image, because for every input you have a corresponding image, just like you had, if you remember, from symmetries. Okay, so let's take an example. We do this in French. Soit une fonction f de x est égal à 2x, donc f de 5 est égal à 10. Ici on peut dire 10 est l'image de 5 par la fonction f. Think about it. 10 est l'image de 5 par la fonction f. If I try to translate that into English, literally it would mean 10 is the output when 5 is the input for function f. So, and then you can say 5 est un antécédent de 10 par la fonction f. What would it mean? F is one input that gives 10 as output by the function f. So here you see I've underlined un. This is right because you could have, not in this function, but in any function or in some functions you could have 2 values or more values giving the same output. In this case, of course, only 5 will give you 10, no other value will give you 10, but right now we will see a function where 2 inputs give the same output. So let's scroll down. Soit une fonction g de x, g is the name here, g de x est égal à x carré. Donc g de 8 est égal à 64. Donc on peut dire 64 est l'image de 8 par la fonction g. G. 64 est l'image de 8 par la fonction g. In English, if I try to translate this, it is 64 is the output for input 8 using function g. But now for the antécédent, you have two antécédents for the same output, two inputs for the same output. 8 et moins 8 sont les antécédents de 64 par la fonction g. Why is that? Because if you put j of minus 8, that is j of minus 8, you will take square of minus 8, you will still get 64. So this is one function where every output has two inputs. Of course, every input has only one output. So let's take, if you have 36 here, then the input could be 6 or minus 6. The only time when the output has only one input is if this is 0, then the output is 0. Otherwise, for any number here, you will have two inputs that will give the same number. Okay. So now we come to the book, and I open the page 84 on the book. Just hang on. Here we are, and we will start looking at the J'apprends le cours section. This is page 84. Don't open the book yourself. Look at the screen here, and we will I will go through all of this, explain it briefly. You can look at the book later. You can of course re-watch this video, or even just bits of it that you think you need to do again. Ok, définition. À un nombre x, une fonction f associe un nombre et un seul nombre que l'on note f de x, f written like that, f de x. On dit que f de x est l'image de x par la fonction f. This is what we saw here. We saw earlier, just now, fonction f. This is the input x, and f de x est l'image de x par la fonction f. They have an example. Un nombre on associe son double. This is the example we also took of a function that is doubles the input. On définit ainsi une fonction car un nombre donné n'a qu'un seul double. So that means this association or this link between input and output is a function because each input can only have one output. Each input, when you double it, you only get one number. It isn't that if you double 3, you will get 6 as well as something else. So, pour cette fonction, l'image de 3 est 6 et l'image de moins 4 est moins 8. These are two examples given, 3 et moins 4. Okay. Définition. Now they define antécédent. Lorsque l'image d'un nombre A par une fonction f est un nombre B, c'est-à-dire f de A est égal à B, on dit aussi que A est un antécédent de B par f. Remember here said a l'image. Here they say un antécédent because you can have more than one antécédent. So here fonction f a un antécédent de B par f. Okay. So again remember antécédent is input, l'image is output. Again they have an example. À un nombre on associe son double, l'image de 5 et son double 10. Donc l'antécédent de 10 est 5, which in this case is la moitié. Then they have in this part of the book, the latter half of the page, they have the definition of a function. This was the subject of a long video, which was the second video. So here they start by defining a function using avec un graphique, with a graph. So, ce graphique définit une fonction f qui, à chaque nombre x, with lieu sur l'axe des abscisses, which is read on the x-axis, associe un nombre f de x lieu sur l'axe des ordonnées, that is the vertical axis. Par exemple, on peut dire que f de 3 est égal à 2. How can we say that? So you look here, where is 3, then you go up and see where it cuts the graph, and then you read the value. Oh yes, it is 2. So f de 3 est égal à 2. Now, here the next statement says 1 a 3 antécédents, moins 1, 0 et 2. So what it means here is that if you take the output and you look at output of 1, what are the inputs that give you 1 as output? Well, obviously it is 0. One of them is 0 because the line cuts here. The graph cuts the vertical axis at 0 here, at 1. And then similarly here it cuts, this is -1. And similarly here it cuts, this is 2. So for inputs of -1, 0 or 2, you will get an output of 1. Therefore, 1, which is the output, a 3 antécédents, that means has 3 inputs, -1, 0 and 2. Okay. Now we come to the second way of defining a function avec un tableau. So, ce tableau définit une fonction g qui à chaque nombre x de la première ligne of the first row, top row, associe un nombre g de x de la deuxième ligne, the second row. So here, nombre x, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, image, this is the output, image g de x, moins 5, moins 3, 0, 5,2, 0, 7. So again, remember, as in my example of the metro ticket in the second video, this function is only defined for these values of inputs. So if you say g de 1, you get moins 3. How is that? You look for 1 there and you get moins 3. This is correct. Then you see 0 à 2 antécédents, 2 et 4. This is also correct because for input of 2 you get 0. For input of 4 you also get 0. So output of 0 leads to 2 inputs, 2 and 4. Not leads to, has 2 inputs, 2 and 4. Okay. So here if I say what is g de 8, what is g de 8? So you'll see there is no 8 here. So this function g is not defined for a value of 8, for an input value of 8. Donc g de 8 est indéfini, is undefined, pas défini. Okay. Then you come to the third one, which is avec une formule, which is the most important one, which is the one we actually saw first in our second video. This is the one that we spent most time of. And here they show h est la fonction telle que x nous donne x carré moins e. So this function will be written as f de h de x, not f de h. h de x est égal à x carré moins 1. So what are you doing? You're choosing a number, you're squaring that number, and then you're subtracting. So we continue this video by coming back to page 82, and we will do the 4 oral problems here verbally. On note x, le nombre choisi, le nombre obtenu est, and here they give you instructions. Choisir un nombre, lui ajouter 4, multiplier par 5. Which one of these is correct? So first you say we choisit un nombre, let's call that x. On ajoute 4, so x plus 4, we can do, this one seems to be correct so far. This is also correct, x plus 4, multiplier par 5. So obviously this one is correct because you are multiplying. First you choose a number x, then you add 4, then you multiply the whole thing by 5. So that is the correct answer. Now we come to number 2, la distance de sécurité, un mètre entre deux voitures est donné par d est égal à 8 plus 0,2 v plus 0,003 v carré. What does this mean? This is a formula for where v, just 1 minute, où v est la vitesse 1 km par heure. So this is a formula for calculating what is the safe distance between two cars who are traveling at a certain speed. What do you mean by safe distance? It means that should one car suddenly stop, the car behind should have enough time to brake and not hit the car in front. So as the speed increases, this distance of safety increases. So this distance of safety, distance de sécurité, is given by this function. So de is the output and v, that is the vitesse of the vehicles, is the input. So here I've copied it, I've redrawn it. There are two cars. Yeah, I'll wait a little so you can laugh at Kim Das drawing of cars. And this is the distance, and they're moving in this direction at the vitesse v. So the equation that links the distance of the safe distance to the vitesse is this. So you have to tell me what is the, this is the one question to prove that you watched the video, what is the distance pour v est égal à 50 km per heure. Okay, to conclude this video, we will have a look at numbers 3 and 4 on this same page. So here they're just making sure you know how to read coordinates. This is so simple. We're going to go through this very fast. So le point A pour coordonnées, this is point A. What is it coordinates? -1, 3, -3, -1, or 3, -1. 3x -1 for y. So what is it? We can see that x value is 3 and y value is -1. So this is the correct answer. Similarly, le point de coordonnée de 0, A. So what is at 2, 0? So 2 is this line, and 0 for y is this line. So we come to point B. B is the correct answer. So this is the end of this video. We will take up these problems in the next video on page 83. These are worked out problems. They're not worked out, but we will work them out ourselves, and before we start doing the problems in the book proper. Okay, so let's stop here and you let me know the answer to that one question I've asked, just to prove to me that you have watched the video. Okay, so this is Kim Das signing off.